So you're probably wondering what's going on. Well, came home from work and the Fx5, well technically the Fx6 on this side, that one there, decided that the pump wanted to stop working. So that meant all these poor guys were up here gasping for air and the water was like dead still. I was like, there's no movement. Do have another pump on the other side, but we have air pump in the basement that feeds auxiliary air to all the tanks. That's over there. So thankfully there was air going into the tank. If that wasn't there, I think we would have probably lost these guys, especially if I'd been at work a few more hours. So pulled the Fx6 out, ran outside, changed the filter, and cleaned up the tank. So thankfully we had a Fx5 not doing anything in the basement, and these guys were not happy. But now you can see the glass and sediment is everywhere from me changing over the filter and the pump. So it's the Fx6 housing and filter is still on the tank, but this is our 180 gallon tank, so I really didn't want to lose it for my wife because it's one of her favorite tanks. So now I'm halfway through a water change. So yeah, that was not the way I wanted to come home today, and definitely not the something to do with 90-degree weather is definitely not play around trying to run around the house getting stuff together so you can save fish. So this is the Fx6 pump that went up. Thankfully the ball pattern on these and the main part of the motor here are exactly the same as an Fx5, so I was able to swap everything over from the Fx5. It's a noisy motor, it makes noise. It's one of the reasons it's not being serviced. But now I've got to order a new motor to replace this, which won't be too bad. Amazon will have them here in a couple of days, so we'll have backup again. But yeah, it's always nice to have spare parts on hand, because you never know when you're going to walk into situations like this. So these guys are rather thankful that I came home when I did. Now else it'd be a whole different story. I think you need to get a bit bigger, buddy. You're not quite big enough. So there's the Haiger pump in the background. I mean, not the Haiger heater that we have. So if I unplugged that, it was giving an error code off because the water level dropped below, so it turned itself off, which is a nice feature. So probably going to do a little bit more on the water here. Now you can see the FX is got plenty of life left in it. It's just noisy. I'll give you an update when I start filling it back up. Well, we swapped the motion. We're about just over halfway empty. So now we've got fresh water going back in there. And yeah, it should take about, guessing about an hour at this point to fill back up. About 150 gallons total, so we've got about 75 gallons to put back in. Sorry, it's 180, so that's 90 gallons to put back in. Yeah, we're going to be here a while. Looks like the fish are doing alright. Haven't seen the bicars yet. Seen everybody else. Seen the catfish. I've seen a giant pleco and 3 Oscars. There's another one in there. Name's gone. they're doing alright now. Everybody's doing alright. Severums, there's one. The other one was around here a second ago. Oh, there he is. Swimming in pairs. Definitely not the adventure I had signed up for today, but the joys of fish keeping. There he is. Little Jack Dempsey. Alright, so the Haiger heater is unplugged. So as you can see, we're now back underwater. So I'm going to plug this back in. And thankfully it's going to remember what it was set to and power the heater back on. So that's good. You can see the air stone that we have there. So working hard, so that's good. And from this end of the tank, it's still murky because everything's been stirred up, but well, there's one of our bicars. I think that's the ornate going. There he is. Doesn't come out that often. Likes hiding. Yeah, he's pretty chunky too. Let's see. And there's the heater powering back up. You can see it remembers what it was set at, 76 degrees. So I don't even have to program it with a power outage, so that's an awesome safety feature, plus it like turning itself off. Everybody's come to this end of the tank apparently. So I see the heater go back on. Well, we're slowly getting there, so we've got about another 30 gallons before we reach the top of the tank. Water is still very cloudy. Very close inspection, and the glass is definitely dirty because of all the chaos that has ensued. But everybody's swimming about happily. See this guy is hiding right there, but he is so well camouflaged. Here's his tail, just resting. It's one of the bicars. And of course we've got the big Oscars. Imagine it's going to take a couple of hours for this tank to calm back down. Catfish, he's not very out very often. He likes his cave. And in the background, you can't see her. It's too cloudy. Usually that's crystal clear going through there. We have an upside down catfish. She's hiding back there. Hear that clicking noise at the bottom? That's the Fx6 pump. That's why it was a backup, because it kept making a ton of noise. Jack Dempsey's looking really good though. He's definitely one of the smaller guys in here, but he holds his own. Still some sediment that got stirred up. I'm going to have to suck all that out later. Alright, tank is topped off, and other than the noise from the FX5 and the air filter, no leaks, so that's good. I'm going to turn the lights off, let these guys rest, let this tank clear up some, and then when the new part gets here, replace that and do some more cleanup. Give you guys an update. Thank you.